Greetings and blessings from the Most High. Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer, and I'm talking about boxing again, as I always do. And the Joyce Zhang. Before the fight, I thought Zhang would do him in 7, and he did him earlier. But through my experiences and through my kind of like watching boxing and studying boxing for a very long time, normally you can recover from a knockout in the first round or second round, because sometimes you're not warmed up, you're not getting into it, and you get caught cold and you get put down. But it's very, very difficult to come back from a beating when you're being beat and then put down. And it seemed to me that Joe was frightened, was scared to throw out his punches. All his weight was on his back foot. There was no juggernaut going forward. And when you got your weight on your back foot, it's hard to move out of the way of shots. Now, to me, that's all down to having a mental strength. Yeah, the guy's beat me today because he's a better boxer than me, but he won't beat me the next time because I'm going to work hard to beat him. He had no movement, Joyce. He was flat-footed. He was going the right way, but he wasn't throwing any punches. You got to throw punches when you move that way. And I think it's this modern thing of boxers, unbeaten fighters. They've never been in a hard fight and lost the fight, and then they've got to regroup and think, yeah, but I can beat this guy. And then they come back to it. It's like, I don't know, maybe through the early part of your career, it's like inspiring as well. Spar with people better than you, people who, it's what brings you along. As an amateur, I used to spar with my brother who used to beat me up all the time. But there was a little thing in my mind that I'm going to beat him one day. I just got to get better at it. And I think that's what's lost now. People don't realise that they've got to become better. They just want this, I don't know, it's hard to explain. When you see fighters who have got all the talent and all the attributes, but the mind's not there. And then they have one loss and they just go to pot. And it could be an off night, it could be the guy was just better than them. But like that old saying, always spar with people better than you. Always. People who are at the top, heavier than you, bigger than you. Because you are going to get beat up in the ring some days, especially if you're not having hand-picked opponents. Like a lot of them do, they have hand-picked opponents. And some of them hand-picked opponents, if they just turned it on a bit, or if they were allowed to turn it on a bit, they'd beat them. There's a lot of journeymen out there with like 60, 70 losses on the record that half of them, they could have beat them. But they didn't. And I find that's what's wrong with boxing. They should have them evenly matched fights. If you lose, it's a part of the learning process. When you win fights, you need to learn from the wins. When you lose fights, you need to learn from the losses. And sometimes you lose just because you just wasn't good enough. So now you need to improve even more. You know, it's that thing. It's like when I boxed Michael Nunn. I only had 3 weeks to get ready for it, but in that fight, he beat me well. But I always felt I could beat him. And I always felt he's a level, not even a level above me, but he's doing something that I can't work out what he's doing, that I can't catch him. And that's the kind of like the puzzle and the intrigue for me. It's not all about aggression, it's all about working the mind and thinking and rejigging things in the gym. And then when you're in the ring, just allow it to happen. But I think with Joe, can he come back? I don't know. Does he want to come back? The thing about his punch resistance, that's all he was relying on, were people who couldn't bang. He was taking away the power by taking away the space, edging them down, cutting them down, just keep moving forward. But when he was in with Zang, he started on the back foot. And when you're on the back foot, it's very hard to get any momentum and get any power behind your punches. So that's just my little take on it and my little insight into it. If I was Joyce, well, I'm not Joyce, am I? So I couldn't really say what I'd do. You know, but have a bit of a rest and then see how you feel. Anyway, till next time, if you like the vibe, then subscribe. Until next time, chilling's out.